Welcome to Detachment Circle, where we dive deeper into mindfulness, detachment, and spiritual wisdom to help you live with clarity and peace. I am Siddharth Das, your guide in this journey to self realization. Have you ever wondered why certain things happen to you? Is everything already planned and predestined for you, or do you have any power to change it? Is it all destiny, or you have a free will? Now, this is a question which has puzzled mankind since centuries. Are we really bound by destiny? Or do we have the power to create our future? By the end of this episode, you will understand what destiny really is and why things happen to us, what free will is, and how to use it effectively. The balance or the dance between the destiny and free will, and how they beautifully coexist with each other, and practical steps to strengthen your free will and rise above your karmic patterns. And of course, we will answer your questions which you have sent on Instagram, such as why life feels so repetitive and how can we break our own karmic patterns. So take a deep breath. Settle into this moment and let's begin. Let's try to understand what is destiny and why do things happen to us. Destiny is not some external force controlling your life. It is the unfolding of your past actions and choices. It is like river flowing based on the currents you have created in the past. Your current life circumstances, your body, your family, your career, your relationship, these are shaped by what is called prarabdha karma. Like I explained in the previous episode about karma, prarabdha karma is your active karma which is unfolding in your present life. It is a portion of your sanchita karma or the karma accumulated in the past life. But here's the key. Destiny is not punishment or reward. It is simply cause and effect. The Upanishad says, as you sow, you shall reap. So why do things happen to us? When life feels unfair or repetitive, the first question many of us ask, why me? But the real question is, what is this situation trying to teach you? Let me give you an example, okay? Imagine someone repetitively saying that I cannot trust in relationship. They may be attracting people who betray them. Now this is not bad luck. It is a karmic lesson, an opportunity to grow by learning boundaries, self-worth, and detachment. Now the Bhagavad Gita explains that destiny gives us the circumstances we need to evolve. Even painful experiences can be the catalyst for spiritual growth if we face them with awareness. And that is something which I have seen as a coach and even in my personal life. All the painful or difficult experiences actually shaped me, and I am where I am is because of those experiences. So today I am being grateful for those experiences, those hardship, because that made me who I am today. So if you are going through any of the hardship, be thankful for it. It is all going to make sense one day. Take my word for it. Now here is something important. Destiny is neutral. It doesn't judge you. It is simply cause and effect. Imagine you plant seeds of anger or greed. They will grow into challenges or conflicts. If you plant seeds of love and generosity, you will experience joy and harmony. This is something which we have learned in karma as well. So here is a short exercise for you. Think about one situation in your life that feels repetitive, that feels that you are in a cycle. The same thing keeps on repeating in your life. Now try to see what is the pattern here. What do you think it is trying to teach you? Destiny is unseen plan of life, a predetermined framework shaped by your past karma, universal energy, or divine will. Some of the examples of destiny would be your birth circumstances, like your family, your culture, your physical traits, as well as the key turning points that feels inevitable, like meeting a mentor or facing an unexpected challenge. This is all destiny. Now let's try to understand what is free will. Free will is the ability to choose your response to life's circumstances. Think of it in this way. Destiny is like being handed a deck of cards in a game. You know there are 52 cards. You know the colors of the cards. These are the type of cards they will be in the deck. Free will is how you play those cards. This means you are never completely trapped by your circumstances. You always have the power to change your future. How does free will work? Free will begins with awareness. Most of us are so caught in our automatic patterns, in our reactions, in our fear, anger, blame, that we reinforce the same patterns over and over again. Free will is the ability to pause, reflect, and make a conscious choice instead. Let's take an example. If somebody criticizes you, your basic pattern or instinct is to shout back or lash out. But at the same time, instead of reacting, free will allows you to pause, take a deep breath, and respond with calmness. By doing this, you are breaking an old karmic pattern and creating a new one. Bhagavad Gita reminds us that we are not the victims of our circumstances. We are the participants in creating them. Free will is our greatest tool for transforming our reality. Now you must be wondering, how can you strengthen your free will? Now here are the 3 ways to strengthen your free will. First, awareness. Notice when you are reacting unconsciously. The moment you observe your reaction, you are no longer controlled by it. Secondly, set intention. Every action begins with an intention. Make sure that your intentions are clear and aligned with the highest values. Third is take conscious action. Instead of acting out of habit or fear or letting your emotions get better of you, act from clarity and wisdom. And how can you incorporate all of these 3 things? Simply by practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness will allow you to be in the present moment where you have all these choices. You are able to choose your own free will and you will be able to break your old patterns. So mindfulness is the key here. Now think of a recent decision you have made. Was it a conscious choice or was it based on fear, guilt, or pressure? Now, what could you have done differently? Now, that's something you should think about and see that if you are able to identify your patterns. Another example of a free will is 2 people losing their job. One feel defeated and then they are not even applying. They are glooming in their own sadness. And the other person is taking charge. They are taking it as a lesson to find better opportunities. Now, this is a good example of a free will. You might be seeing this tension between the two. If everything is destined, don't we have a limited free will? How can we truly have a choice? Think of destiny as a stage and the free will as an actor. You may not choose the stage, but how you perform is entirely up to you. Let's try to understand how they coexist with each other. The dance between destiny and free will. Destiny provides the circumstances of your life. Free will determines how you go through those circumstances. Together they shape your future. Now, let's say if you were born in a middle class family or you were born into poverty, that is beyond your control. But whether you stay in poverty or rise above it depends on your choices, your free will. In other words, Destiny is like the roadmap of your life. It outlines possible paths, obstacles, and destinations. And the factors which shapes your destiny includes your karma, universal laws, and the divine will. In which circumstances or the family or the financial situations you will be born is beyond your control. However, you can educate yourself, you can work hard and create opportunities for yourself, and that's free will. And every time you act consciously, you are planting a new seed that will grow into your future experience. You may not be able to change the soil you have inherited, but you can choose what to plant in it. And here's a secret. The more aware you become, the more free will you will have. When you act unconsciously, you are bound by destiny. When you act with awareness, you rise above it. Here's another question for you. What aspects of your life feels like destiny right now? And how can you use free will to respond differently? You truly have the free will right here in this moment. The key to living a happy The key to living a fulfilled and a happy life is to accept that destiny exists and also realize the power of free will. And you would want to surrender to destiny in certain circumstances. Now, when to surrender to destiny? Some events in your life, like natural disaster, aging, or sudden losses, these are beyond your control. Resisting these events creates unnecessary suffering, while surrendering to them allows you to find peace. And when do you want to take control of the free will? While destiny decides what happens to you, free will decides how you will respond to it. Unpleasant situations are a part of life. Sooner or later, you are going to face an unpleasant situation. But how you respond to it is in totally your hands. That is your free will. So what is one area of your life where you feel that you are currently resisting because it is beyond your control? And how can you shift your focus from resistance to acceptance? Think about it, and if you can make a note, that would be great. Now let's try to explore what spiritual wisdom teaches us about this dance between the destiny and free will. Gita teaches us about Nishkam Karma. We have covered this in our last episode. So after this episode, in case you haven't heard the previous one, go check it out. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna advises Arjuna to focus on his duty, the karma, without attachment to results. This is the essence of Nishkam Karma. What is the destiny's role here? The outcomes of the actions are influenced by past karma and divine will. What is the free will's role here? You have full control over your actions and intentions in your present moment. So if you have to correlate it in our modern life, imagine working on a project. You can control your effort and dedication, but the result, whether the project succeeds or fails, is shaped by external factors. So your free will is to give your best, to do your hard work, and rest is destiny. The Gita teaches us to act without obsessing over these results. Take detachment from the results, just focus on the now. It is Nishkam Karma, and it also burns your past karma. From a Vedantic perspective, you need to go beyond the free will and destiny. In Vedantic studies or in Upanishads, destiny and free will are the construct of the ego. The true self or the Atma is beyond both. Destiny belongs to the body and mind, and free will is an expression of the ego's desire to act. We need to realize the ultimate truth. The enlightened person transcends beyond destiny and free will by realizing that they are the observer, they are the witness, they are untouched by the life's drama. So you go beyond the free will or the destiny. You find liberation and be one with the consciousness. And if you ask me, destiny belongs to the past. Free will exists in the now. By living fully in the present moment, you can break free from the conditioning of the destiny. It no longer binds you. So how can you practice Nishkam Karma in your daily life? Think of a task or a responsibility where you have overly focused on the outcome and you are suffering in the process. So consider shifting your attention to the action itself rather than the results. Or as per Vedanta, what if you apply the same principle that you are not the doer? You're not doing anything. This is being done through you. It is all the will of the divine. How beautiful that would be. So in silence, ask yourself, what choices am I making today that will influence my future destiny? Let me share a story that beautifully describes the dance between the free will and the destiny. In a dense forest, a bamboo and an oak tree stood side by side. One day, a storm swept through the forest. The oak tree, strong and rigid, resisted the wind, but eventually it snapped in half, whereas the bamboo bent with the wind, swaying with the force. When the storm passed, the bamboo tree stood tall, while the oak lay broken. Now the oak tree represents resistance, trying to control everything, and the bamboo represents surrender, accepting what cannot be changed and remain resilient. In life, there will be storms that you cannot control. That is your destiny. But how you adapt and respond to it, that is your free will. It will decide whether you break or you thrive. I hope you liked that story. Let's move on to our next section. It is time to take questions from our Instagram followers. In case you want to ask me a question, make sure that you are following me on Instagram at Aware and Beyond and you are joining my broadcast channel. First question is, why do I keep facing the same problem in life? Repeating challenges are a sign of unsolved karma. Use your free will to break the cycle by responding differently. For example, if a relationship issue keep on arising even with different people, you are in the same situation all the time. Ask yourself, am I acting from fear or can I respond with wisdom and love? Ask yourself, what is one thing you can change within you that is going to change your external circumstances? You need to respond differently. And majority of the patterns you see in your life are because of your internal issues. So if you are seeing these repeated patterns, it is good. It is the universe trying to tell you something which you need to change. But the question is, are you being aware of it? Are you watching yourself? And for that, I would recommend you to practice more mindfulness. How do I trust my free will when life feels out of control? See, free will is not about controlling the outcome. It is about controlling your own energy. When you align your actions with awareness and detachment, you take that power back. So remember, surrender the outcome to the divine. Free will is all about how you respond right now. If you are doing what you have been doing all your life, then you are going to get the same results. Same patterns means same results. You need to change something to have a different outcome. And the more you practice your free will, the more you be in the present moment, the more powerful it will become. And you will be able to trust it more confidently. Another great question is, if destiny exists, does it mean that we are powerless to change our future? No, it is pretty much an active stance. Destiny doesn't mean that you will become passive and you will let go and you will not even take any effort. Destiny is something that has happened to you until now. This is the time where you have that free will to change your future. It is all about the choices which you are taking right now, in this moment. So ask yourself, what can you do today that is going to change your future tomorrow? Next question is, can free will override destiny? Free will has the power to influence destiny, but it operates within the framework of the circumstances you are given. See, imagine your destiny is to face a serious health condition. While you may not prevent it entirely, but your free will be able to modify how this situation unfolds. Your free will is you can adopt a healthy lifestyle, you can seek medical help, or maintain a positive attitude or a mindset. Now, this will decide how you are dealing with that serious health condition. So, free will doesn't erase destiny, but it can soften the impact or even turn it into a transformative experience. Remember, in our last episode, we talked about prarabdha. Prarabdha are the active karma which you're experiencing right now. And it is very difficult to let go of the prarabdha. But you can definitely soften them. Another question is, if destiny exists, is everything pre-written? Now, destiny is not a rigid script, but it is like a blueprint. It provides general outline, but the details are shaped by your own choices. Think of it like planning a trip. Your destination is destiny might be fixed, but how you get there, the detours you'll take, and what you will experience along the way are influenced by your free will. And this is why life feels dynamic. Your actions constantly interact with the pre-written aspects of destiny. And that's why it is so interesting, and that what makes life, the change, the ups and downs, the choices which we are taking. Don't you think that that makes life beautiful? So destiny sets the direction, but your free will determines your journey. Are we punished for bad karma and rewarded for good karma? Like we discussed, karma is not about punishment or reward. It is simply the law of cause and effect. For every action, thought, intention, it creates an energy that eventually manifests as an experience. Bad karma is simply the result of the actions taken with harmful and selfish intent. And the experiences that follow are meant to teach, not punish. Good karma results from selflessness, mindfulness, and positive actions that aligns you with the harmony and growth. So karma is your teacher, not a judge. The lessons are here to help you grow, not to condemn you. And eventually, remember, we need to go beyond karma. We need to go beyond free will and destiny. We need to be one with the consciousness. We need to be one with the God. And that is a beautiful place to be in. Moving beyond the causalities, moving beyond the cause and effect. How beautiful that would be. Coming to that next question, how do I know whether something is in my destiny or my free will? I can understand. Destiny feels like the events you did not consciously choose, like your birthplace, your family, your marriage, or sudden opportunities or challenges. You didn't choose it. Free will comes into play when you consciously decide how to respond to those circumstances. So, next time you are facing a challenge, pause and ask yourself, what parts of these situations are out of my control? Is it the destiny? And what actions can I take to improve or change the outcome? Your free will. This awareness helps you live life with clarity. So, destiny is what happens to you, and free will is how you happen to life. Can mindfulness help me balance destiny and free will? Absolutely. Mindfulness strengthens your ability to consciously act rather than acting impulsively, which enhances your free will. It also helps you accept and surrender to those aspects of life that are beyond your control, your destiny. And over time, mindfulness helps you live a life with balance, acting where you can and surrendering where you cannot. So, mindfulness will bridge the gap between the destiny and free will, grounding you in the present moment where your true power lies. Another quick tip in case you are in a toxic marriage or you are in a toxic environment, that could be your destiny, but how you are responding to that environment, what kind of changes you are taking within yourself. The external circumstances might not change, but you can change things within you. That is in your own free will. That is your own power. Utilize it. And once you start making changes within you, you will see that the external world starts changing. It is only the reflection of your inner world. So start doing that. Start practicing your free will more. So destiny and free will are not enemies. They are partners. They're always dancing together. And when you surrender to what you cannot control and take action where you can, you align with the flow of life. If today's episode sparked a new perspective, follow this podcast. Share it with somebody who needs this clarity. Take this wisdom, reflect on it, and apply it in your life. Follow me on Instagram and send in your questions. I'll be looking forward to answer them. Subscribe to my channel Aware and Beyond to continue exploring these spiritual truths. My name is Siddharth Das, and this is the journey to the self-realization. I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, stay aware, stay free, and let go with love. See you in the next episode.